Shablam.
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 Don't baby, yeah.
Oh God.
Welcome to Shablam.
Hi everyone. We're back again.
I'm Lorelei.
And I'm Annie Biotixx. Hi.
And we're two drag queens here in Los Angeles. Basically, we talk about life, we talk about culture, we get down to the philosophy of everything. And each week we dissect a topic until we shablam.
How you been, girl?
Annie Biotixx is on land, keeping the boots on the ground here in Los Angeles.
And Lorelei is at sea, swimming across this nation of ours, spreading the gospel of one Taylor Swift. Oh!
How are you doing, my sister?
You know, I'm good. It's busy. We're recording on a different day today. Not that anyone cares, but...
If our energy seems kind of off today, it's because we're recording not at our normal time.
I know.
It's throwing me for a loop. No shade.
It's okay. It's a little bit later than we usually record, so it's the end of the day as opposed to like the middle. But we're still here at the beautiful Petty Cash Studios in the Garden of Eden. We got producer Alex and Mark. Both of them are here today in the back.
Next door.
Hey, friends. Oh,
okay. Yeah, thank you.
Good. Thank you.
So yeah,
how have you been? Where were you last week? Should we just jump right in?
Last week I was in Dallas, Texas.
Oh,
hey! Put your lighters up. Ganja's in the house. Ow! As you can tell from my accent, I am from Dallas, Texas. And it wasn't very easy always growing up looking up like this. Yes, I was in Dallas, Texas.
And how was it? Was the weather better this time?
The weather was great.
Okay.
Dallas is a key.
Yeah.
They've got good shit out in Dallas.
Okay, tell me, give me a rose and a thorn.
It's like a city.
It's a major city.
It's a major city in the United States. I actually kind of remind me a lot of Los Angeles in some ways.
Really?
Yeah, just like especially like the financial district of like downtown in Los Angeles, and like I don't know, all these like tall skyscrapers and hotels in Dallas. It was just interesting, and they have really great gay bars. Shout out to Roundup in Dallas, Texas. Definitely one of my new favorite gay bars. It was
Roundup?
Huge.
Really?
Yeah, huge dance Western themed gay bar.
Oh, like Flaming Saddles? Oh, R.I.P. Flaming Saddles.
Rest in peace, Flaming Saddles. But yeah, so
cool.
It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
And we may go back to Dallas.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Okay, the audience wanted more.
They just loved us that much.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so is the Rose the gay bar? Round them up?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Thorn was probably... So when we go and we do these gigs, we have... we're doing them in restaurants.
Yeah.
So... Our dressing rooms are not usually dressing rooms. They're usually like spaces that they can provide for us to get dressed. So sometimes it's an office, sometimes it's a storage unit, sometimes it's
kitchen,
like an area of the restaurant that they block off.
I've gotten ready in a kitchen before. Like literally they're cooking French fries next to me and I'm changing.
Basically, we lost our dressing room the second day because a baby shower was booked.
Damn babies. They won't leave us alone.
These freaking babies are so obsessed with Annie and I. We had a baby over here in Petty Cash Studios the other day while we were recording our episode about VHS cleaners.
Hey, go check it out if you haven't watched yet.
And so being kicked out of the area that we were dressing in for like half the show was kind of annoying.
So
it was hot. It was really hot in Dallas. It's like sweating off my makeup, and I was like getting really overstimulated, and I had like a diva moment. No shade. A bad diva moment. Well, not a bad one, not a super bad diva moment, but I was naughty. Bad Lorelei. But I was like,
did you get reprimanded? Did Eric scold you in front of the whole cast?
Yes.
Did he?
No.
No. I have a question for you, Miss Lorelei, from a shablammer who shall remain nameless, but she wants to know why, in all of your travels, you haven't spoken once about all this trade you're getting. Now, I've heard that you and Tiffany are quite the little impresarios out on the road, and I'm wondering why you're not letting me or the shablammers in on that very exciting part of your journey.
I have a boyfriend in every city, no shade.
Hey!
It's been fun. Like, I go to these cities and like I pull up Grindr, I like check it out. I like, like it's fun, and I would be lying if I didn't say I was having my fun.
Well, that's
if I was not. I would be lying if I said I was not having my fun.
But you are having your fun.
But I am having my fun.
Where's been the best trade? What city? Because I asked
Dallas.
this shablammer. Oh, really?
Dallas.
Oh, the recent one.
Yeah, the most recent.
That's why you're going back. Now it's all coming out.
No, they also said that we might go back for the show, but yes.
Sure. Okay. Anything else you want to say about that?
I'm like shy, but no,
Yeah,
but I mean,
right.
and what if they're listening?
Oh, a new shablammer in the house. Hey,
What-
Lorelei's hookup from Dallas. Welcome. Leave a comment below.
I brought him into the house that we were all sharing.
Oh, you all share a house that time?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
When sometimes we're in hotels and sometimes we're in Airbnbs. And I brought this guy back to our Airbnb and they all saw me with him.
Oh.
And I took him into one of the rooms and we did it.
What?
Sorry. I like had to tell that story. No shade.
Did they all hear?
I don't know.
No. Well, they probably would have said something.
They would have
heard.
said something.
Well, I'll have to ask my boots on the ground shablammer and get the tea.
Barbara, please.
Maybe. Hey, Barbara, we love you, girl.
Love you, Barbara. Anyway, so yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're doing that.
Dallas
so
has been really fun.
poppers are coming in handy or no?
They've been in my fridge ever since
Oh.
we've used them. I'm a little bit shy about them, but who knows? Maybe I'll bring them on the next venture.
You should. Where are you going next?
This weekend, I am going to San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, back to Texas.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, bring them.
So I just got back from Dallas,
Mhm.
and then you had free clinic.
Yes. Well, I had free clinic last night because we're doing this on a Thursday now. So free clinic was last night, and we did throwbacks with my guest co-host Charles Galen King.
Okay. And how was that?
It was amazing. It was fun. We did an earlier time slot because they have Rocco's is doing this new 18 and over party called If You Know, You Know.
Oh, they have an 18 and up party now.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God, do you hear that? Can y'all hear that?
There's a show next door to us that is like blasting bass. So sorry if like you hear that during our episode.
It's a stand-up comedy show here at the beautiful Petty Cash Studios. That's what they do as well. Not just
Yeah.
podcasts.
Book your events here at the
There we
beautiful
go.
Petty Cash
There we
Studios.
go. Yeah, so there's a new 18 and over event on Wednesday. So big announcement for those shablammers in LA. Free Clinic is moving to Thursdays, y'all.
Oh my God.
Brand new night. Same gorgeous host. Same open stage premiere. Open stage, I shall say, of LA.
But then on a Thursday now.
On Thursdays now, yes.
Oh my God, it changes everything.
I know. But I think it'll be good. It's going to be fun. We'll see how it goes.
18 and up night. We haven't had one of those in West Hollywood for years.
Yeah. What was it?
Back when
Tiger Heat?
when Beaches Tropicana used to be Rage,
Oh, yes.
they would have Game Boy night.
Oh, right.
And that was like an 18 and up night. I remember
mhm,
because I was at UCLA and I would go to these 18 and up nights. And then they would have Tiger Heat
Right.
at the Avalon.
Okay.
And that was 18 and up, and that was a gag as well.
Yeah. See, they had those in Michigan, but I never really went to them. I don't know. It wasn't like.
You weren't gay though.
No, I'm not. They didn't have gay ones. They had just like straight 18 and over clubs.
Oh, okay,
I
gotcha.
didn't really go to those either.
Oh.
I was busy rehearsing. I wasn't going out to clubs.
Theater.
You know. I'm an actress. Yeah, so I'm excited about the switch. We're doing that starting this month. And
Congratulations.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted how it goes.
Do you feel like Thursday is easier than Wednesday?
I think in some ways it is because people are generally out and about more on a Thursday night than a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
But the nice thing about Wednesdays is there's not a lot of drag
Mm-hmm.
in West Hollywood specifically. So there's not a lot of competition. So people see my show. And the nice thing about Rocco's is you can see the show happening from the street. So a lot of people will just walk in. But Thursdays, there's a little more drag happening. But my show's on the earlier side. And most of the drag starts at midnight on Thursday. So
Congratulations.
thanks. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited. Got some great co-hosts coming up in May. Stay tuned for that. I'll fill you in. But can we move on to Project Drag? Because I was actually there this week, so I'm dying to talk about it.
Yes.
Is it time?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Project Drag recap.
Week 4 of Project Drag, right?
Week 4.
All right.
Heartbreak Hotel.
Heartbreak Hotel.
We were all checking in at the Heartbreak Hotel. And this week, our fabulous queens had to make their very own performances about heartbreak and present them on the main stage in front of the judges.
Ooh. Now, Selena was not there. She had tickets to
She had
Beyonce.
tickets to Cowboy Carter. So while she was enjoying a concert, we were all tortured with this whack ass theme for Project Drag. No shade.
Sorry, Tony. Oh.
Well, it was I know I got the whole list of challenges before we started the competition.
Right.
And there's some challenges that I wish we had that I know that other Project Drag seasons had. I know that your season had like a makeover challenge.
Mhm.
We have no makeover challenge.
Right.
It would be nice like to maybe like get rid of one of the themes and put in like one of those really classic ones.
Yeah.
But it was still fun. I mean, what did you think about it?
I had a good time. I mean, I knew going into it with a theme like Heartbreak Hotel, there were going to be a lot of sad, slower numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always a little tricky when you see like 14 of those. But there
Mhm.
were some, not everyone went that direction, but the first like 3 or 4 performers all kind of did that. So
Mhm.
that I was like, oh God, this is going to be a long night. But it was fun. I had a good time.
So I had this number where I came out as like a teddy bear that had been like recalled
Yes.
due to like choking hazards in the toys manufacturing and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I was in this big like bear suit and I zipped out of it and it revealed to this tiny little like bear bathing suit. Why did no one tell me? And it wasn't until I watched videos of the performance that I realized my pussy was hanging out.
Literally out.
My literal tuck was hanging out of the bathing suit. It like the cut of the bathing suit had like slipped to the side of my tuck.
It was like,
and
"Wait
it
over here."
was like stuck up my pussy. And people were just sitting there recording. Nobody said anything.
I couldn't see from where I was standing. by
A
the
lot of
way.
people said they couldn't see, and then the people that did see, they said that they thought I did it on purpose.
No.
What's that
Why
about?
would you do that?
Now, why would I perform with my pussy out? No shade.
Trying to get those extra work cards or whatever it is. Save a hoe.
Those are your Save a Hoe cards. I was so embarrassed, but then I posted about it on my Instagram story, and everybody had a good laugh, and then I felt like I was in on the joke. So I
That's
was
pretty
like,
funny.
okay, no shade.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, your number was really great because it was a lot of people did heartbreak with a relationship. So like, which is understandable, but
Yeah.
there were a few of you who thought a little bit more outside the box, and those ones were really fun.
yeah. So your girl was safe.
Safe to slay another day.
Safe to slay another day. So far the track record is safe, win, safe, safe.
Okay, no bottoms yet. That's good.
No bottoms yet.
All right. Now, how do we want to talk about the rest of them? Now, wait, I had a question. Do the other Project Drag contestants know that we're talking about this on the podcast?
I don't know if they do.
Oh, I kind of want to tell them. Will someone tell them?
I like don't want to get in trouble, but if they are listening, it's all love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think like I'm trying to like memorialize something that like is a very unique experience. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm also just here to like spill the tea. I'm just reporting it as I see it.
Yeah. And when you're in a competition, that's kind of what you're signing up for, is for people to like tell
Right.
you what's good and bad and
Yeah.
their opinions. So.
And if you have a problem with it, you can come on the podcast. And we can talk about it
Yes.
face to face. No shade.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, because there is some drama I want to get into.
Shablammers, leave a comment down below if you want a Project Drag reunion hosted on the Shablam podcast. We talked about this and we thought it'd be really
I think that's
fun.
fun. I forgot that we talked about that. I like that idea.
Yeah.
So after the season's over,
We'll have a reunion.
there we go.
Because
There
there's
we
been
go.
some drama, no shade.
There has been. Do you want to get right into that, or do you want to do like tops and bottoms and stuff?
Well, okay, so when we went into this week, it was advertised that there was going to be a double elimination.
Right.
And there were going to be 4 people who were in the bottom that were going to lip sync.
Because no one has gone home yet. No one has gotten eliminated
Mm-hmm.
to this point.
So usually the way they would announce it is they would announce like who's in the top, who's safe, and who's in the bottom.
Mhm.
This week, because we already anticipated that there was going to be a bottom 4 and it was going to be a little bit more of like a longer process, they went straight into announcing the winner.
Uh-huh.
The winner was Ty Tees.
Oh, again, second week in a row.
Second week in a row. That fucking bitch.
Her number was amazing. She did
A pearl number.
a Pearl number, the A24 film Pearl. It was super funny.
Yeah, very funny. She's a great performer.
She really
it was a
is.
smart number.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely deserved it.
Her
And
heartbreak was like, the Pearl not getting.
not being
Becoming
a
a
star.
star.
Yeah. So that was exciting
Mhm.
for her, and she's definitely a front runner of the competition right
Yeah.
now. So we'll see how that shakes out in the future. We still have
Mhm.
7 more weeks, right? Yeah, 7 more weeks. So we'll see.
We shall see.
And everybody else was safe.
Uh-huh.
And then they had 4 in the bottom, and it was Diamond, Katrina, Dee Dee, and Ambrosia.
And all of them had been in the bottom before.
All
right?
of them have been in the bottom before.
Okay. Do you want to talk about any of their numbers or?
I didn't really see all of their numbers. I thought it was surprising that Dee Dee was in the bottom.
Dee Dee went first. So
Yes.
actually, Dee Dee, Ambrosia, and I think Katrina, the three of the four, I didn't see Diamonds because I was putting money in my meter. Didn't want to get a ticket. Did just a song basically as is. It wasn't a mix. And they got the note from Tony, and all the judges agreed that there were no levels in their mixes. So it was all a very sad, like they all did a good job, but it
Yeah.
was all at one level. There were no like hills or peaks or valleys, kind of just one note.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think they all went first too, so that's kind of how it started.
Mm-hmm.
Very like,
Yeah, they all got the same critique. They didn't do any individual critiques. So then they paired them off, and they did two separate lip syncs. One was Holiday by Madonna, and the other was Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. And ultimately, the two queens that were saved to slay another day were Diamond and Katrina. Let's just say it. It's crazy that Dee Dee got eliminated.
Dee Dee got eliminated as well as Ambrosia salads.
Yes.
Or is it just Ambrosia? Did she lose the salads?
Mama, you can call her Ambrosia.
Okay, I will.
No shade. Yeah, but it was kind of a bummer to see Dee Dee go, you know, because she was also voted into the competition. We talked
Right.
about this on the podcast as well. So that was someone that the audience wanted to see in the competition. And she unfortunately just, I don't know. I was kind of surprised, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought she won the lip sync. I love Katrina, who she had lip synced up against, but I did feel like Dee Dee did a better job in the lip sync. But I don't know what the judges saw. Maybe they saw something that I didn't see. You know?
I agree. I think Dee Dee won the lip sync. Katrina did a good job, but I think
they both did good. Dee Dee, I felt like really commanded the stage.
Yeah, and Dee Dee has already won. She's like a title holder. She won Dragged Out, which is another like long form drag competition here in LA. So she won that. So yeah, it's sad to see her go so early, but someone has to go.
So then we had some upset.
Oh yes, tell us the drama, because Miss Berlin is getting
heated.
Quite a little attitude.
She's getting heated, honey. You might remember in our cast of characters, Berlin Atomic from the very first week.
Right, she doesn't paint her own face. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I did some investigating at the show. Tried to see if I could find out the real scoop, and still inconclusive.
Transvestigation.
Yes.
She won the first week, so we have to give her that.
She won the first week.
But she was very upset that she did not win this week.
Yeah.
And she had a little bit of a fit in the dressing room. And I feel entitled to say that because I feel like she was doing it for our attention and for like us to like see that. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Now, can just tell the Shablammers what she said.
Berlin's words were that the competition was rigged.
Okay.
And we were brought back on stage later on after the lip syncs, and there was one contestant missing, Berlin, and it was because she went straight to the dressing room. Once the bottoms were announced and then who was safe was announced, she went to the dressing room, she packed up, and she left.
I wondered why there was, I noticed there was someone missing, and I didn't realize who. So she left before it was over.
Which is a bummer, because it's like we are all doing this for free. A competition is free, and unless you win, you know what I mean? And to be honest, it's kind of like a group effort, and it's like we're all agreeing to stay up until this point in the night. So none of us should be allowed to leave unless it's obviously like an emergency or something really serious is going on, but certainly not because like you were upset with the results and you wanted to leave.
No, and she won once. She won the first week. How is it rigged?
She has one of 4 wins.
Yes,
have occurred so far.
Not in the bottom last week, so it's like I don't understand the anger.
I don't know if she's going to be coming back or not. We'll see.
I don't think she should.
Update the Shablammers.
Leave a comment below. Would you let Berlin back in the competition after that unsportsmanship-like attitude?
I don't know, girl. I don't know.
Say no.
Even if she was invited back into the competition, or if she didn't quit, they would never let her win.
Did any of the judges or Tony see this diva
Tony knew.
fit?
Tony knew.
But he wasn't there when it happened.
He wasn't there in the room when it happened, no.
Okay.
But
he knows.
Yes, he knows that happened.
And you haven't heard anything from him about
I think the number was very personal to her. It was a dedication to a friend of hers that had passed away. So I think that was the heartbreak element for
Mm.
her. So I think she was already kind of in her feelings about the number as it was.
Uh-huh.
And I can appreciate a performer who's passionate. And
Yeah,
I
of
think she
course.
was, you know what I mean? And if she does come back, I just hope that like we can agree to all have like a good attitude and stuff, you know what I mean? But
Yes.
it is
Hmm.
not good sportsmanship.
No, especially when you don't even paint your own face. It's like, come
Ugh.
on.
Well, maybe she's learning. 4 weeks now into the competition,
Okay,
she
that's
might be
true. We'll
learning.
see. We'll see. We'll see.
So we don't know.
All right. All right. Anything else about the competition?
Well, next week we will be doing holidays.
Oh, yes. Holiday.
I got assigned.
Christmas.
We got assigned holidays. So
Yes.
I got assigned Christmas.
That's going to be fun.
which I feel like it's a fun one.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm excited.
Everybody loves Christmas.
Hey.
Hey, sis, it's Christmas.
Oh my God, you should do that.
Put it on your wish list.
You could.
I could.
They said no Mariah Carey.
They literally like, do not do All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Okay, can we play Fuck, Marry, Kill, the judges of Project Drag with you? Since you had a show that you wanted to do called Fuck, Marry, Kill, throwback.
Oh yeah, throwback. I used to host a drag show called Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Yeah.
At the now shuttered Red Line Bar.
Oh, Red Light, we miss you.
Do you like Red Line or Kiso better?
Oh, I spent so much time in Red Line, and I've only been to Kiso a handful of times. So it's hard to compare.
Kiso to me feels like a new chapter.
Yeah, they're so different.
Yeah.
But I love Kiso, and I really love Red Line too. Anyway, Fuck, Marry, Kill, Callista, April, Selena.
Well, I would fuck Selena.
Oh.
Selena's kind of looking yummy these days.
Oh.
I'm not gonna like. I hope Selena's not listening to this. That'd be so embarrassing.
She did comment on our first episode. She probably hasn't listened since.
Oh
But,
really?
hey, Selena, leave a comment below if you're listening or
Leave a
watching.
comment down below. She's like getting the Project Drag updates.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't there. She needs our rundown.
I know, right? Exactly. So that leaves Callista and April.
Yes. Now, do you want to marry? Which one do you want to marry? Which one do you want to kill?
I think I would marry.
Yes.
I think I would marry April, and I would kill Callista.
Okay.
Callista's too beautiful. Like, she needs to be assassinated.
You don't need the competition.
I don't need the competition.
Fair. That's fair.
And April works a lot, so I know that I could get a good
Sugar mama.
I could get a good sugar mama, and I could probably get a good divorce settlement 10 years later. You know what I mean?
And she really likes Disney, and you do as well, so that would work.
Don't tell the audience that I like Disney.
Well, we talked about it last week.
Oh yeah.
Your secret's out.
No shade.
Hey.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
What about you?
Oh gosh, I was hoping you weren't going to ask me. But I think my answers are the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I know you would kill Callista because of your
I love Callista. No.
experience in Project Drag 5.
Well, I would want to fuck Selena the most of the three of them. And I don't think I could be married to Callista. No shade. Sorry, Callista, I love you, but that would not work.
Callista's also gorgeous.
She's very gorgeous, but
If Selena was unavailable, I would fuck Callista.
yeah,
Okay.
there we go. All right, we came to the bottom of that.
So, aside from the usual updates
Yes.
on traveling, Project Drag, free clinic, etc., we have a very exciting update for the shablammers out there.
Announcement.
We will be hosting 3 viewings of Shablam live this
Hey!
summer. Live comedy that we will be recording and putting onto the Shablam podcast page.
Yes, we are doing our second run of the Hollywood Fringe Festival, Shablam Live. Imagine like SNL meets your favorite drag show. We have a different cast of characters from LA's best and brightest drag scene.
And like, for those of you who don't know the lore, there's this thing called Fringe.
Oh yeah, fill them in.
And there's a Fringe Festival.
Mhm.
And Fringe Festivals they're nonprofit theater festivals that occur in many different cities. So there's like
Yes.
New York Fringe Festival, Hollywood Fringe Festival, Denver Fringe Festival, Edinburgh
That's
Fringe
the biggest
Festival. That's
one, I
the
think.
biggest one. So, and it's all over the world.
Yes.
And it's these nonprofit theater festivals. The idea is that anyone can do anything. You just have to, pay the registration price. But other than that, it is like the most democratic and most accessible way of like making theater
Yeah.
in like whatever given city that you're in.
It's
Right?
like a month-long festival, so there are shows all month long.
Different venues.
I think at like last year's, how many different shows were there? Over 150 or something, at least,
More than
right?
that. Yeah, it was like 400, 700, something like that.
Like 400 different shows. It's in the month of June here in LA. And you can see shows all month long, really.
So Annie and I participated in the Fringe Festival last year
Yes, we
with
did.
our production of Queen Out Verb, which was
Mhm.
an hour-long dark comedy that Annie and I wrote, and we won an award
Oh,
to go to Sydney, Australia this year and
yes.
present it for the fabulous, lovely people of Sydney, Australia.
Ooh, in September we'll be there as part of the Sydney Fringe Festival.
I know, so maybe we'll have a
Yes.
Shablam update for then as well.
I think so.
But to maintain our legacy,
Mhm.
our current legacy at the Hollywood Fringe Festival, we decided to take another production into our midst this year. And we
Yes.
have submitted into the Fringe Festival to do Shablam live.
I'm excited.
Yeah, really
It's gonna be
excited.
fun.
It's going to be challenging, but fun.
Yes. Now we just have to write it,
Right, exactly.
which we will. But I'm excited about our cast. I'm excited about our space. We're back at the Broadwater.
Yeah,
Second
the
stage.
Broadwater is like this theater in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
that-
It's kind of like the hub of Hollywood Fringe.
Yeah.
Really.
hmm
Yeah, I'm excited.
So gag that, Shablammers. And if you're in Los Angeles and you're available in June, make sure you look out for dates that we release. Tickets are actually on sale today as we're recording
Oh,
this.
right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you know what else was announced today? The Tony Award nominations. Did
Oh
you
my
see?
God. Yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh.
Are you excited for-
I'm excited. I'm excited for Cola Scola got nominated.
Yes.
I'm excited that Audra McDonald made Tony history with the most nominations a performer has ever gotten, ever.
Oh my God.
In her career, she's had like 11 Tony nominations or something.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so she got it for Gypsy, of course. Death Becomes Her got some noms.
I know, I saw that. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And then my friend who I went to college with was in a play called English that was produced by Roundabout.
Yeah.
And it got nominated for Best Play.
Oh, cool. So do they get to go?
Yes, I think
Oh,
so.
fun.
Yeah, so we'll see. I think that should be
love
really
that.
exciting, and we'll see how that goes.
Mhm. And Rochelle Rax, Betty Boop. I think the lead of that got.
Yeah, she
nom.
did. She
Yeah.
did. Yeah, the Betty Boop musical.
Yeah.
So very exciting season. My mom was just on the phone
mhm.
with me. She goes to New York often, and she was just telling me about what she was going to be seeing in New York while she was there. And it's
Yeah.
a pretty good season that they've got going on.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I don't know. Maybe theater is back.
I hope so. I miss seeing theater in New York.
And when Queen Out comes to Broadway, what then?
Oh, well, Jinx is on Broadway right now. I thought she was going to get nominated, honestly.
Pirates of the new Pirates musical.
Yeah.
I might have missed the deadline for nomination.
No, I saw an article that said she was eligible. Maybe next year, Jinx. I'm sure you'll be back on Broadway soon.
Gag it.
Hey, Lorelei, I have good news and bad news. What do you want to hear first?
The good news.
The good news is, well, my nipples finally healed after the Nair accident. Did I tell you about this?
What did you just say to me?
I blame you. It's your fault, actually, for getting me on Nair. Nair, do you want to come sponsor a podcast? Leave a
Girl,
comment
you're not
below.
supposed to put it on your. I don't. Oh my God.
I had a gig where my chest was exposed, and I was like, let me try this Nair. And I like wiped it on. I should have. Shablammers, put a Band-Aid or
Oh
something.
my
Don't do it right
fucking
on
God.
the areola. It burns for weeks.
You're so fucking stupid.
You didn't warn me about that.
It literally says like on the bottle. No
It says
shade.
don't put it on your nipples?
Like, I don't know,
Should
maybe.
I sue? I'm very litigious.
Why the hell did you? So that's the good news.
So that's the good news. It's finally healed. My nipples are back to normal.
I'm so annoyed. Okay, so then what's
The bad news, I don't think DragCon is happening this year, my love.
I know.
At least not in Los Angeles.
I know. What do we do?
I don't know. Isn't that kind of weird?
We literally said that we were going to be fucking journalists.
Yeah.
And now what?
Why do you think that is?
I think it's really expensive, and they don't have the revenue coming in every year.
You don't think?
I remember the year before they were like doing crazy discount sales on tickets and
Really?
stuff. I don't think that it's getting the same attendance that it used to.
Do you think that's just because Drag Race has been on so long and people are just kind of like over it, or no one has extra money to spend on that kind of thing. Because I loved it. It brought so many people from out of town to our shows, like a lot of the
It's
local
hard to
queen
enjoy
stuff.
though without spending money though.
Oh,
Like if
no, yeah,
you
exactly.
have
It's
to spend
expensive.
money, and it's like all it is like buying merch all
Yeah.
day. A lot of these people won't meet you unless you buy
Right.
merch from them. So I don't know. I think it's just gotten to a point maybe I'm not I don't know for sure. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing official that I've read that would indicate this to me other
Right.
than like my own like observation of
Mhm,
everything.
mhm.
It is like, you know, the economy is getting worse and it is
Yeah.
like expensive to go. It's really
Yeah.
expensive to go.
Yeah. Maybe it's happening, but just at a different time, because usually it's around now or has
And their
happened
main
already.
clientele is usually like families, like
Right.
kids who can't normally go to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
nightclubs and stuff.
Exactly.
Like they'll bring their parents and
Yeah.
they buy like, you know what I mean? They spend
Mhm.
the whole weekend there and that's
Mhm.
how they meet their favorite like drag queens that they see on TV. Like
Yeah.
that's the main demographic.
Yeah.
People who like watch at home who don't normally go to drag shows.
Right.
And of course there's like some normies and stuff. So like
Yeah.
drag queens go to drag con, you
Yeah,
know what
of
I
course.
mean? But like for the most part, the people who like spend the most money are people who are like coming in from out of town, from wherever
Yeah.
to like come see their favorite drag queens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bummer though. I always had fun, and it, like I said, I always would get some extra gigs that time around that time of year. Did
I
you ever
know.
go to DragCon?
I like worked it for like the
Yeah.
last few years. I always
Okay.
find a way to like work someone's booth, and
Yeah.
that's how I enjoy the celebration. But that's all it feels like to me. It's just like a hangout, like a big old hangout.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, I'm not
It's-
really going around buying people's merch and stuff. So
No.
it's just me seeing queens that I like and talking to them, and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's more like a reunion, I think, for the
Mhm.
performers, queens, and stuff. Yeah, it's a bummer though. Anyway, that's the bad news.
I know.
You should-
Shablammers, leave a comment down below if we should call World of Wonder and get them to bring DragCon. It's like Christmas. Like, you can't cancel Christmas.
No, can't cancel DragCon. Maybe they're just doing it in like Dallas or something this year. That'd be a gag.
Oh, that'd be a gag, like a southern.
Another reason for you to go back. Anyway, what time is it? Should we get into our topic, our shablam of the week?
The topic for this week's episode is
Abby
Abby
Lee
Lee Miller,
Miller.
the
Ooh.
breakout star from the hit TV show Dance Moms, which ran from
2011, right? I don't know.
No, I don't know.
How long did it run? Let's find out.
Did you watch?
I watched the first few episodes, yes.
Did you see Minister Dawn?
Oh my God. Of course it was a minister who had like a conniption fit. That was insane.
Abby, you're not going to send my kid home, okay? She's a child.
She was wearing socks in the aerobics class.
She's dressing like a child.
Oh my gosh. She was following her from room to room. They had to call the cops. Y'all, this is Dance Moms, for those who don't know. I'm sure all of you do. I hadn't seen it. Have you seen every episode? Like,
I haven't seen every
Housewives?
single episode, but
Okay.
it ran from 2011 to 2019. And in those early years, like 2011 to like 2013, 14, I was watching.
yeah.
Because there was some really good drama on there. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode. I feel like I did, because it feels like I'm having deja vu saying this.
Uh-huh.
But it was not intentionally being filmed to be
You
a
didn't say.
reality TV show. It
Yeah.
was being filmed to be a documentary of Abby Lee Miller, and like,
Right.
and it wasn't until actually that scene with Minister Dawn that they decided that they wanted to make it like a reality TV show, and they introduced like more reality TV components and stuff.
Does Minister Dawn come back?
No.
Okay, because that came out of nowhere too, because they were introducing all the other dance moms. And I
Call the
was-
police.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I have more education than you'll ever have because I went to school. Like, what? Oh my God. Minister Dawn. I felt bad for her kid.
When Jesus said, yeah, and then that poor kid.
Abby, why do you get to make all the rules? Why are you always right? Because my name's on the building. Oh my God, but that was wild, that scene. The
Mhm.
cops came and escorted her off the premises, literally.
Yes.
And then the other moms are so funny too. Are they the same like moms throughout?
Yeah,
whole run?
that first group of moms stays for a long time. Do you have a favorite?
I have multiple favorites for different reasons. I think because I kind of want to do a drag version of this, like a parody of Dance Moms, like
Yeah.
a stage version or something.
Oh, save for Shablam Live.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. So I really love Candy Apples or whatever her name is.
Oh my God, Kathy.
Kathy from the
Candy Apples.
the other dance teacher who like
Mhm.
is bringing her daughter, who I think probably hates dance,
Yes.
to Abby's studio. So she's really
Vivian.
funny. Yeah,
My little Vivian is an excellent dancer.
it's Vivian actually, which is
Vivian.
even better. She's like, I don't want to. I like dance and baseball. I'm sure she'd rather play baseball. But I also like the Maddie's mom. The one who's going through a divorce. She's just ridiculous.
Oh my God, what's her name? Melissa.
But they're also fun. Like the one who Abby taught as a child, and now she brings her two kids
Callie.
there. She's a character. And then the other one,
Christy.
Chloe's mom. Who's
Christy.
like, Chloe's always number 2 to Maddie.
Yes.
I always wanted a stage mom. I wish my mom was more of a stage mom. When I was a kid.
Were you around kids who would do like those competition dances?
Not
Those
well,
dance competitions? I was around kids
no.
who would like do those dance competitions.
Really?
Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't do it. It would seem like something you would do.
It's like hard dancing. It's like for people who were like really dancers.
Yeah.
I did dance for like theater.
Okay, but you weren't taking dance classes as a kid?
I was, but it was like for theater. I wasn't taking it for like
competition
dance, which is like a different thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a funny little world that they like got on camera. But Abby Lee Miller is a really interesting character because of her evolution, like over the years. You know, now she's in a wheelchair.
Oh, is she? I didn't know that. What happened?
You didn't know that?
No, see, I don't know anything about what's happened since the show or any. I just watched the first 3 episodes. So,
well, you know, she went to jail.
No.
Did you do any research on this woman?
You gave me my homework to watch 3 episodes. That's what I did. You were supposed to fill me in.
Well, you asked me to fill you in on her early life, which I did. She grew up in a suburb in Pittsburgh, and her mom was the owner of a dance studio.
Right. And I learned in an episode that Abby started her own dance studio at the age of 14, which is like kind of incredible.
She started her own dance studio. She like saw her mom would do like, because like it was right when competition dance was getting like, it was getting really hot. When she was young, and so then she was like, I want to be a competition choreographer. So at 14 she like started a dance company, and now she was one of the most sought after like teachers in Pittsburgh. But I'm gonna look up so we can get the exact definition here, the exact wording. Why did Abby Lee Miller go to jail?
Okay.
It had to do with taxes.
Oh, I know all the moms are like, I pay your bills, bitch. You got to listen to me.
She was sentenced to prison in 2017 for bankruptcy fraud, specifically concealing assets from the bankruptcy court and failing to report an international currency transaction. So she was convicted of hiding approximately $755,000.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Wait, listen to this. Failing to report transporting over $10,000 in foreign currency from Australia. Where we will be. That could be us.
Oh my God.
We have to be careful. Although I did just sign a form to make sure that we don't get taxed on any income that we make in Australia.
Okay.
So does that absolve us? I don't want to be Abby Lee Miller, no shade.
I don't either. Shablammers, is there a lawyer in the house who can look over this paperwork?
It was 1 year and a day.
Does she have to be in jail?
Yes.
Wow. And she doesn't have any kids of her own, does she?
No.
Okay. And is she married, have a partner?
No.
Never?
Mm-mm.
That never happens on the show?
Mm-mm. So then after that, she had this like medical scare where like basically she couldn't walk. One day she like woke up, she like couldn't walk, and then she like was going to the doctor and they couldn't figure out what was going on, and they found like a black like they basically found like a black like tissue like wrapped around her spine.
Oh my God.
And like they had to like, so then she's like now like in a wheelchair.
Wow. How old is she? Do you know?
Should I look it up again?
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to figure it out on the show because, like I said, one of the moms, she said that she has been with Abby for like 30 years.
Yeah. Well, Kelly, she's 59 years old. Abby Lee Miller is 59 years old.
Okay.
And people like Kelly and stuff have been with her since they were like young.
Right. When I guess if she did her studio at 14, that makes sense. So they're not that far in age. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. When you met her, did she say any of that? Did she tell you about Australia, the money?
No.
She's like, wait, you're going to Australia?
Well, when I saw her, so then this is the funny story. So then when she came to the Taylor Swift brunch, I think our second show.
Did you know she was going to be in the audience?
No.
Like, did Eric tell you?
No.
Abby Lee Miller.
No. I like showed up. Well, so I showed up. It was either our first or our second show. I don't remember. But I remember like coming in and everybody upstairs was like a dither, and I was like, what's going on? And they were like, oh, we have someone like famous coming. And I was like, who? You know what I mean? And they were like, do you know Abby Lee Miller? And I was like, Abby Lee Miller is coming. And they were like, yes. Like her assistant just came in and was like, hi, like I have a special guest coming and like they need like a special spot because they're in a wheelchair. You know what I mean? So she literally came and I saw her the whole show. I watched her the whole show, you know, and I like went up to her table and like interacted with them. Like she was a great drag show audience member.
Okay, good.
Like, she was like tipping.
Oh,
and
good.
She was clapping and stuff. And I think she was there celebrating like a friend's birthday or something. There was like a guy that was sitting with her that I think might have been like on staff, or he was like working for her, or maybe they were just friends. I don't know. But it was obviously for him. So anyway, so she sat through the whole show, and at the end of the show, you know, we do like a meet and greet photo, and Barbara, who is in the show, hey Barbara.
Hey Barbara, please.
Barbara is in the show with me and we love Abby Lee Miller.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm going to go up and ask for a photo. So, you know, I was like too shy. I'm like weird about asking celebrities for photos. I always feel like I'm like being like intrusive. You know what I mean? And so Barbara goes up and she's like, yeah, for sure. So she takes a picture of Barbara and I saw that. So then I was like, I have to do it. So then I kept on, I was like, I'm so sorry. Can I also get a photo with you? And she was like, yeah, honey, for sure. So then I like leaned down next to her chair and what I was doing is I was like squatting next to her chair. I wasn't like, oh, sorry. I was squatting next to her chair. I wasn't really like sitting fully. So I was like, you know, when you get the shakes when you're you're like using your muscles.
Like tremors.
She was like, you're shaking a lot. And I was like, oh, because I'm squatting next to your chair. And she was like, okay. So then we took the picture. And then she goes away. And then she calls her assistant over and she gives her phone to her assistant. And she's like talking to her assistant. She's like looking over at us and like talking to her assistant. The assistant comes over and she gives her phone to Barbara. And she's like, can you put in your Instagram? And so Barbara puts in her Instagram and she follows Barbara. And then she takes the phone, she looks at me, she goes, okay, bye. And then leaves. So Abby wanted to follow one queen from the whole show, and it was Barbara, please.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Were you heartbroken?
No, I kind of thought it was funny, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I thought, you know, they do the pyramid in Dance Moms. I was like, Lorelei, you're at the bottom of the pyramid.
You're at the bottom of the pyramid.
You were good, but I want you to be better. You know what I mean?
You're with Vivienne at the
bottom.
And
at the top of the pyramid, Barbara.
Barbara and Maddie up at the top.
You did the moves. The lace was melted.
Yes.
And you gagged them bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's amazing. I love that she came and she was a good audience member. That really makes me happy.
She really was a good audience member, but she was in her little chair and she was,
okay.
So.
Did you try to dance extra hard? Like I'm going to do all my moves today.
I don't know. Well, you know, my numbers aren't really too dancey. I definitely wanted her to see my tricks. So I did my tricks in front of her. But Barbara's really a dancer, which is why I think that she probably liked Barbara a lot, was because Barbara really knows how to like move. And I'm sure she was impressed with that. But she was so funny to watch too. Like watching her watch drag was like so fun. She is just like a normal woman, and you can tell that she's just capitalizing off of this like Dance Moms fame as much as you can. You know what I mean? Well, now like all the girls from Dance Moms are out doing their own thing. Like obviously JoJo Siwa was really on like Celebrity UK Big Brother. You know what I mean? So you never know.
Are any of her other students like big names like that, or have done? I'm sure they've done like big things, but anyone the Shablammers might recognize?
Tate McRae.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no way.
Tate McRae was a dancer under Abby Lee Miller
at
Abby Lee Dance Company.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I'm enjoying the show. Do you think she stays in contact with any of the moms?
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard as I haven't watched any of like the recent seasons. Or any of like the latest seasons. So I'm not quite sure. Because then when she goes to jail, they brought in like a replacement. They brought in like a new like Abby Lee Miller. I forgot her name, but they brought in like a new choreographer. Yeah. And it wasn't the same.
No, of course not.
It wasn't getting the same metrics.
She is such a character. It's like the thing she says. I was like, do you have writers or are you just saying this? It's so funny. I was like LOLing the whole time.
While you're going down the road and eating. Stop eating. That's why you're fat.
Bus driver, can we drive smooth? We're putting on eye makeup back here. This calls him bus driver. Oh my God. Yeah, but I wanted a dance mom. I was like trying to find the one agency in Michigan to like send me out on commercials. Like, mom, take me to this. I was like, why can't you be like more of a stage mom and
I
give
know
me
I wanted to be
gigs?
a child actor, and I was like, why won't
Yeah.
you let me do it? My mom was like, no, you're going to school. Like, you're not fucking doing a movie, bitch.
Oh
Like,
my
nice try.
God.
She wanted me to be ordinary. She
Yeah.
forced me to be ordinary.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, who do you think are more the villains of that show? Do you think it's Abby or the moms?
You're getting really. That's a really meta question.
I mean, because Abby is just doing. I mean, and again, I've only seen 3 episodes, so I don't know. But she's like doing her job, and yes, she's harsh and like probably a little overboard. One of the girls was like saying she dances for like 8 to 10 hours, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And she was tired and like in pain and not feeling well, so wanted to go home. And Abby was like, "Well, you can't go home on Broadway. How long do you think those rehearsals are?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but they don't have a 9-year-old rehearsing for 12 hours on Broadway. That's against the law." There's a reason for that, Abby.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's the Abby Lee Dance Company.
Yes, she has standards.
She has standards.
But that's what I'm saying. The moms are the ones who are like, sometimes you can tell the kids don't want to be there. And the mom is like, just do it. You have to do it.
I was rewatching some episodes, and it is like psychological warfare on these children.
It's a lot.
Would you ever put your kid like through that much, like?
No. If they wanted to, like if they were like me and wanted it, then yeah. But if they were like not doing this.
That's the hard part, is that I think all the girls wanted it. You know what I mean? Like they wanted to be dancers.
Not Brooke.
Brooke wanted to be a normal teenager.
She wants to go to the mall with her friends.
She wants to go to the mall with her friends.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
But they're spending a lot of money. That is expensive. Plus, they're traveling all over the country for competitions that, like, I'm sure they have to pay for that. Abby's not fronting those bills.
That's kind of like me, like how I'm like traveling to all these different cities. I'm kind of going to a new competition every single week.
True.
This week we're at Star Search Orlando.
Dance Explosion.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Oh, when they went to Amish Town, but they were in these like skimpy outfits.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a really specific brand of reality television that like cannot be replicated.
It's true. Yeah, I avoided it. Well, I avoided reality television because I remember like when reality television first came out, it was like, don't watch it. It's taking jobs from actors.
Do you see how susceptible you are to propaganda though?
I am. It's true.
Because that was propaganda that they were feeding you and you believed it.
No, but it's not propaganda if it's true. Literally, like the number of sitcoms like was cut in half when reality TV started.
Well, then sitcoms should find a way to be better.
Well, no,
sorry,
it's not
no shade.
It's not that they're not better. It's just way more expensive to produce. Reality show, the reason that there are so many of them is that it's so much cheaper. A lot of times it's not union. They don't have to pay the salaries of the cast. There's no residuals. It's like, you know what I mean? They don't have to get sets built. So,
well, maybe
it's understandable.
Maybe if you want a sitcom to make a lot of money, you should make a sitcom that's better than a reality TV show.
I think there are a few.
Because I'm watching Housewives getting some of the getting Shakespearean level drama that a sitcom couldn't even begin to write.
Well, do you think Shakespeare was reality, or do you think he wrote those things that you just...
Well, Shakespeare was actually famously reality. He wrote Macbeth. He wrote Hamlet about real people.
Yes. That's a written script. It wasn't reality. Although reality is written, I think. They have writers a lot of the time.
They have story producers.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah.
You and I should do a SHABLAM reality show.
Ooh.
And we should invite Abby Lee Miller.
Do you think she would do it?
Maybe a cameo. We could definitely get a cameo from her.
I would love that.
Should we pitch in together to get a cameo from Abby Lee Miller?
Oh, like a cameo.
Yeah.
How much are hers, you think?
I don't know. Should we check?
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's check. Did you ever buy a Corey King cameo?
No, never.
Oh, speaking of Corey King and Drag Race, how much time do we have? We got to end soon. But
yeah, we do.
So the season is over. We have a new winner. Anya Nerve, congrats, bitch.
Yay!
Good job.
Yes, I know. I'm so happy that Anya Nerve won.
Yes.
That's the queen right there.
That is a queen. That was my pick, and I'm happy she won. But I will say, I thought Joella and Acacia both looked amazing at the finale.
Okay.
And also the Lollapalooza, I think they both won their lip syncs, even though they both lost according to the show.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think they won their lip sync. So good job, ladies.
We can definitely get a cameo from Abby Lee Miller, but we'll have to investigate the price.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So I think that's a wrap on Abby Lee Miller for this week.
All right, we shablammed her. All right, shablammers. So next week we will be shablamming a drag queen staple. Don't leave home without them. They always have holes. Fishnets.
No shade.
Ooh.
Both of us have fishnets on right now.
Hey, we're going to get to the bottom and top of fishnets. So I want you to find out like when they came, like you do the early parts of fishnets and I'll do the late.
Okay.
Like current times. How's that work?
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. Unless you had something else you wanted to give me.
No, I think fishnets are major.
Yeah.
Every drag queen has fishnets in their closet.
Mhm.
And it's time that we get like a deep dive history into like why these bitches are even on our bodies.
Yes. And I want you also to research, or maybe I will, one of us, why they tear so easily. Is there like a secret to keeping them from doing that?
It might be the material.
We'll find out, shablammers. Leave a comment below if you know. Get a jump start.
And until then, thank you for streaming Shablam.
Yes.
We're two drag queens here in Los Angeles, living our dreams, taking you along for the ride. We talk about life, friendship, philosophy.
Abby Lee Miller.
Whatever the fuck we want, basically.
Yes, we get down to the bottom of the culture, philosophy, friendship, and drag. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week, shablammers.
Okay, insert theme song
Here.
here.